What's going on, guys? It's your boy JFT coming back at you with another video. Today we go back and take a look at the betting series. It has been a while since I've looked at this series, and I've been posting them in the channel community discussions boards at this very moment for the last couple times I've done it. But in this video, we're going to recap all of it, and we're going to look at the value that we have right now. So let's get straight in to this betting playlist recap. So we started as early as UFC 246 with Conor McGregor headlining against Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Holly Holm was also on the card. And as you guys can see, we had a whole bunch of different bets, and they were all one-person bets. We start getting into the parlays in the future. If you guys don't know, all odds provided by Bet365. But nonetheless, we had Conor McGregor, he won. Holly Holm, she won. Anthony Pettis, he lost. And Alexei Oleinik, the boa constrictor, who actually won on the night. After that night, so we did start with a balance of $200 Canadian, and we bet $60 on that night, returned $76.90, so a $16.90 profit from the first event that we ever did. And then we moved into Curtis Blades versus Junior Dos Santos, and we actually started to get into the parlays. We had a two-pick parlay, Michael Chiesa of RDA, the fight will go the distance, and Blades versus JDS, the fight over 1.5 rounds. We actually lost that one, but we didn't finish poorly on the night. Then we also had Curtis Blades to win via stoppage at $15 to return $25.90. And we also had a 3-bet parlay that hit on the night. Herbert Burns to win via stoppage against Nate Landwehr. Michael Chiesa, RDA, the fight did go the distance, and Curtis Blades to win via stoppage versus Junior Dos Santos. Now that one hit $68 return, so we had a banger of a night this night. Bet 35, return 94.51, and we were actually at 276.41, a $59 improvement from UFC 246. Finally, we went to Corey Anderson versus Jan Blachowicz, which was probably the worst night we've had betting in a while. We took Corey Anderson to win via decision, and what really happened was we banked on Corey Anderson, and he lost. But Corey Anderson to win via decision was plus 175. We caught the L on that one. And then we had a 2-bet parlay, Corey Anderson and Jan over 3.5 rounds, feeding to the fact that Corey Anderson was going to win this fight if it went to decision, and Jim Miller to win. Both of those were busted by a first-round Jan knockout, and we returned $0 on a $25 bet. We're still up from day one, however. Then, if you guys didn't see, again, in the community channel section, I posted a live betting picks for Davison Figueiredo versus Joseph Benavidez 2, and this was another great night. Now, we had a 3-team parlay. Askar Askarov, Davison Figueiredo, and Jack Hermansson, all of them hit. Then we just broke that apart. We had Davison Figueiredo, Jack Hermansson, 2-fight parlay. That also hit. And then we had a $20 straight bet on Askarov, and that also hit again. All three from the first parlay all hit, and we just broke that down with straight bets, and all of them were winners. That leaves us at 359.67 to when we got to a cross bet between Bellator and the UFC, and actually, we went wrong on the UFC side of the pick. We only did a 2-fight parlay. It was $25 to return 84 on Sergio Pettis to win. He won, but Gustafsson Verdum to go the distance actually did not happen. Verdum came out, batted L, and finished Gustafsson off via submission in the first round. We lost that one, so now we're down to 324.67 in that bottom right corner. You can see that, and we get straight to UFC 252. Now, this one's very, very interesting for me, and I'm going to have a good time picking fights for it, and I'm going to give that to you guys right now. Now, we have a 2-team parlay. It's actually switched up a little bit. We have a 2-fight parlay between Merab Dvalishvili, I'm going to screw that name up every time I say it, and Jairzinho Rozenstruik to win. Both of those guys to win. A $25 bet will return $63.85. The 4-team bet you see here, it actually fell through because Ankalev Kudalaba is canceled. Kudalaba tested positive for COVID-19, so that fight is off. But what I'm actually going to do is I am going to sprinkle a little bit here and there on Daniel Cormier via stoppage in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. We're going to go into those 3 rounds because I do think that we're going to see something a lot like the second fight this time around, where DC is going to slow down a good amount. Stipe is going to keep up the pace, keep up the pressure, and Stipe is going to end up winning this fight. And with that in mind, Stipe round 3 is plus 1,100. Stipe round 4 is plus 1,600, and Stipe round 5 is plus 2,200. So we're going to go $10 on each of those to make a $30 bet with a possibility of a $230 payout, with the minimum being $120. I like those odds for Stipe in those 3 rounds. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit all over it. But nonetheless, that'll do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed the betting series, remember to smash that like button. And do you think we're going to do good with our picks this week for UFC 252, one of the biggest cards we've seen all year and one of the biggest fights in heavyweight history to decide some of the greatest heavyweights of all time? It's going to clear a lot up at the top of the heavyweight greatest of all time discussion. But again, that will do it for today, guys. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe to Combat Sports Central for more combat sport content, and leave notifications on. You don't want to miss a beat. But peace out, guys.